Hello, everyone. Okay, so today what we're going to do is talk about some testing. So we're at the board right here, and I'm going to tell you something about testing. So when you're coding, essentially, if you have a big project, a really big project, right? You make one component, and then you hope it works. So you can move on to the next component, and maybe the second component is dependent on the first component, right? But there's always this anxiety in the background that something before you built will just break. To absolutely destroy that anxiety, we use tests. Tests. It's great. So there's a testing framework in Python called PyTest, and that's what I use. There's one called Unit Test as well. I like PyTest. Has a lot of features. So what I'm gonna do is just give you a quick I guess overview. It's not gonna be a code along video. I'm just gonna show you some stuff essentially. So this is the trading system course I'm working on actually at the moment. So I'm gonna release this soon. I'm gonna put it on my school, and it's gonna be amazing. It's just gonna be like how we can build a very robust trading system, and we build all the connections, the exchanges, like the exchange connections and whatnot. But what we can do is we can just like swap in and out different parameters or different strategies, right? And that will allow us to iterate very quickly because the market changes all the time. And there are successful trading strategies, right? But you just got to know when to use them. And the ability for a quant or an algo trader to quickly switch strategies in and out is invaluable. And building a trading system, which is this, will absolutely help with that. Okay, enough advertising. Let's get back to the testing. So what I'm doing here is I'm just building sort of the base, right? And so the base, and I want to test the base. And so what this is I'm just making like a message protocol, right? What it's going to be. So this is going to be the head of the message, and like I assign 1 byte to the version number and 4 bytes to the sequence number, right? So it's like a fixed message. Let's go back to the board. So what I'm going to do is imagine you're here, and then you want to send messages from another computer to somewhere else, right? What we do is we send these little messages like that. So I'm trying to make my own format of it. That is weird. Why is that black? Anyway, don't worry about it. I'm trying to send these little messages across, and I'm trying to make it very efficient. We zoom in, right? Like the first byte is going to be like the version number. This is how I store the information. The next 4 bytes is going to be like the sequence number. So each message will be like 1, and then maybe the next one will be 2. And what that is great for is replayability, and and I just put other information here, so on and so on. But this is not a thing about fixed messages or my own. Okay, that is a weird pen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, it's not important. We're gonna go back here. So this is the code I wrote. So essentially, it's really simple. We just assign we say these are the class variables, and it's just going to be this, and then we give it defaults, and then we have an encode and decode method. And so what we want to do is just test the encode and decode method, right? So you can see here on the side, so maybe you've got let's see if I can, anyway, so on the side here you've got the base module, and I made that a module because I put that in init.py. Then you've also got the testing, right? And then inside testing I put base, and then that's where I'm testing stuff, right? So how would you set up tests, right? Easy peasy. So I like to use UV, and that to set things up. And that produces like a py.toml. Now I'll actually share this. I'll share it in the school. So join the school. I'll zip this up and you can look at it. Yeah, but what it essentially, so this is all the linting, the rough stuff. Yeah, and this is what you want. So you could just pause the video, copy this, right? But what it does is it's just we put in the PyTest import there and the PyTest coverage here, and coverage is like how much of the code is covered. Yeah, so that's what that is, and then we just put this little thing down here. It's just boilerplate code, to be honest. You could even use ChatGPT. It's like, set up PyTest for me. That's all good. Yeah, and that's it. That's it, pretty much. That's it. So that's setting up the PyTest. And then even inside VS Code, right? So you go to the .vs Code folder, and you can actually set this up as well, which is awesome. So you can just take a screenshot of that, or just join the school while it's free, and I'll zip the code up, and it'll be all good, and you can just copy that. It'll be good. It'll be good. Anyway, so that is that, and then okay. So let's go to the test. So let's go right to the test. So the tests are in tests base, and let's just say test base message. So how testing works is that you've got to so you put all your tests in the test folder, and then you to declare a test, right? You just test underscore and then whatever the name of the test is. So this is test and code. Now, because we did that awesome stuff with VS Code, right? I can hit the play button here and it tests it for me. And it's like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it did the test. Cool. And so we've got this report here, you know, it's like what's being tested. It's very, very nice. Coverage is amazing. And then it's saying, you know, how much coverage we have. So how many lines of code we have tested, which is very, very important. So when you deploy such trading systems, what you'll do is you'll run these automated tests, and you require the coverage to be like above 85% or 95%. You know, for example, if you're trying to merge to main, you're on a feature branch and you add new features and you put new tests in, then there's going to be an automated tests on GitHub or whatever, GitHub Actions. It'd be like, okay, for it to merge to main, we require the coverage to be greater than 85% or something like that. Yeah, and which is that. Cool, so that's that. We can also do the tests from the terminal, so I've done it here. Really simple. You just run PyTest tests and it does some magic thing where it like discovers the test, which is great. And it's cool. And so it tested all my tests here so far, and we've got 100% coverage. That's awesome. That's great. So it's a bit of a chaotic video, but I just wanted to show you some testing here. So it'll all be on Skool. I'll put in the links below, and also I'm actually thinking of releasing a testing course, maybe in a month or something. But hopefully this provided you with some insight. Go back through the video, like see how I structured code, whatnot, and I hope this was insightful and helpful for you. Okay, let's I'll finish off this course now. See you, everyone.